Hello. Hi. Why, hello. Welcome, people. I don't know how many people are here. There is Sky and Warrior Cats, at least. I see them here. Welcome, everybody that is here or will be here. I gotta figure out where my camera is so I can look at it. I gotta get figuring out. Okay, hi. So I moved, right? I moved. And why, hello. And yeah, I'm just trying to get used to the new space. I got this boom mic-y thingy. I can, I can put it wherever I want. But I gotta figure it out, get cozy with the new space. But this is it. Wow. Would you look at that? So I got the chat box. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're having a good day. My computer, since I moved, has been acting crazy. Super crazy. Yeah, I did some tests with the audio, and it sounds better in this new space. Thank you. Yeah, I really like how it all is, and I still got some organizing to do back there. But overall, it's nice. I got my lamp. Important. It's a little overexposed, but that's okay. That's all right. Thanks for being here, guys. I know that I've been kind of quiet. I haven't been posting too much content lately. The move was exhausting. I had the opportunity to move a little earlier than I thought I was going to be able to. And yeah, so I took that opportunity, but I've just been kind of pushing through all of it. And now I am done. I've got everything set up. I've got my whole setup here. But like I was saying earlier, I think it's a little too high up. Like I was saying earlier, my computer, Cryocar, welcome. Tiny Meow, welcome. King Flame, welcome. You've been enjoying TCG? I've been enjoying TCG. It's been hard. I've been just doing dailies and stuff. Like I'm gonna have to do the Misty Dungeon soon. Doing Abyss, I got that done. But yeah, I've been sort of just keeping up on Genshin because the move was exhausting, took a lot of time, but I'm very much looking forward to, I still kind of just have the starter deck with TCG, and this week, well, actually this week is over. Oh my god. I'm gonna work on building my first actual deck of character cards that I like and stuff, and I'm very excited about it. I've been working towards it, but I gotta do the invitation matches. Basically, we might do some of that on this stream. We might just chat a bit. Haley, welcome. But I did want to talk real quick before the stream gets going and everything. I am having some problems with my computer. For some reason, it won't let me alt tab out of programs. And instead of alt tabbing, I have to open up Task Manager every single time I want to change windows. It's destroying me. It's been getting worse too. Like it wasn't super bad after I moved, but I don't know if maybe some of my cords got jostled loose in my tower or something. I don't know. I'm gonna try to troubleshoot it, but we might just do chatting for a while, and if Genshin plays nice, we'll play some Genshin, but I'm just a little worried that my computer is gonna poop out on me in the middle of streaming. So yeah. You haven't started TCG yet? Finally got a break? Nice. Well, it's good that you have a break. I bet everyone's gearing up for the holidays, so it's about that time for a good holiday break for a lot of people. Sorry about your computer. It's okay. I think it's fixable. I think it's something that I can fix. It's just like in the past couple days that I've been here, it's gotten worse and worse and worse. How's Freddy? He's enjoying the new place. Yeah, he's enjoying the new place a lot. He loves it here, to be totally honest with you. He was nervous the first night. He was like hugging a toilet, but after the first night, he explored the basement, which is down here, and then he explored the mid-level. This is a 3-floor, like townhouse kind of condo kind of thing. So yeah, but he's really comfy and cozy and loves it here. There's another cat here named Sir and Freddy get along very well. So it's very nice. It's wonderful. We're very happy about Freddy. Everybody loves Freddy. We always want Freddy to be cozy and happy. Yeah, no, but he adjusted really quickly. I'm very glad to see it. He's getting along really well with the other cat, which is very nice. Very nice, very nice. And as we get started here, if you guys wouldn't mind dropping me a like on the stream, that would be fantastic. That would be lovely. See, Freddy's actually right here. You want to jump up? Come here. He doesn't want to. You guys might be able to see him, though, walking around. Because of the camera kind of shows a little more of the background. It's great to hear. My cat gets nervous easily. Yeah, he is nervous about certain things, but he's been, I think it's mostly just having me with him helps him a lot with the anxiety and all that stuff. So that's good. Hi, congrats on moving successfully. Thank you. I appreciate it. I got it all done very quickly, but that's the kind of thing I like to do. I like to just get it done. You know what I mean? Just got Ketching's card. Nice. Glad to hear it. I'm planning on getting Gene. I don't know if I want to do a freeze or a superconduct, but I want to do Gene and then a cryo unit and probably a hydro unit. I'm looking forward to it though. TCG is very fun. I was thinking about it actually, and I wanted to kind of trickle these thoughts into the chat if you guys wanted to chat about some stuff. Am I enjoying the new place? Yes. There's a lot more space. I'm a lot more cozy. And also, like, can you guys confirm or deny, is the audio quality better? I feel like the audio quality here is just a lot better than in my old space because the room's bigger. There's a lot more furniture and stuff. I put up my sound panels and everything. So, like, sounds richer. Sounds good. Nice. You guys will probably still be able to hear my keyboard, but it should sound quieter, like a lot quieter. Sounds very clear. Good. It's a bit fuller. Good. Yeah, I think it's because it's drier in this room. There's like less reverb, so I was able to mess with my filters, and I don't have as much noise gate and stuff, so it's nicer. Hope the move went smoothly. Yes, the audio is much nicer. Nice. Nice. I love to see it. Love to hear it. Love to have it. Okay, so for TCG, the thoughts that I was having about it, by the way, I wanted to talk about how I think it's really smart of them to make TCG the PvP of Genshin. Because, like, if we had actual PvP in Genshin with the characters that we have right now, I think that the balance would be really hard to pull off. I think it would be almost impossible to pull off because it's like real-time combat, right? You have rotations, you have so many things to keep track of, and the skill ceiling for that is super insane. Like, I know that when I started playing Genshin, it took me probably a full, like, 6 months to get used to doing rotations. Ash, Akira, welcome everybody. Emperor Stev, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, happy to have everybody here. I'm glad this stream is at least functioning. My computer, like I mentioned earlier, has been giving me some major problems since I moved, but I'm going to be troubleshooting that after the stream. I'm set up and everything, so I wanted to get the stream going and just get chatting with you guys about some stuff. I miss streaming. I miss making content. Honestly, like, I'm super motivated to keep doing my Cyberpunk Let's Play, to stream more, to do stuff. Like, I'm very happy. I'm a little sore, but my mental health is a lot better. How is your PC giving problems like with the internet? Oh, no, it's not the internet. Actually, the internet's a lot better here. So that's another good thing is my internet. You know how I used to have like occasional issues with my internet? Just being where I used to live it was really crappy. Anyway, we're closer to a bigger city here, so my internet's better. And I should have, if I have issues with internet here, I'm gonna tear my hair out. My beautiful luscious hair, I'll just rip it out of my head if I have internet problems. Okay. But I'm having problems with my computer. It won't let me alt tab out of programs. I have to open up Task Manager every time I want to swap windows. It's super weird. I don't even know. I don't know what the heck is going on. I've tried, checking driver updates. I've tried doing a lot of things, but I really don't understand why it gets locked on whatever window I'm on. And it won't let me click out of the window. I have to open up Task Manager, and then it lets me swap windows. And then it immediately gets locked again. It's really awful. Freddy's handling the move well. Yes. Yes. Sometimes a new place helps clear your mind. Yeah, no, for sure. And it's like, it's an upgrade for me. Like, it's definitely an upgrade. So did I update to Windows 11? No, I have 10. I have Windows 10. Anyway, yeah. So what I was saying about TCG, sorry, I got super off track. What I was saying about TCG is I think that it's really clever since it's turn-based. It's a lot easier for them to balance it for the sake of PvP, and also that it means that the PvP and PvE would be separate, right? So they can balance TCG as the PvP separately from the actual combat of the game, which is PvE. And I think that that distinction is really important because a lot of companies struggle with that. Actually, recently, I don't know if any of you play Elden Ring. Recently, I just added an Elden Ring channel on my Discord, by the way. If anyone wants to share any of their fun adventures through the lands between, I do have that. I've put like 500 hours in Elden Ring. I like it. The new Coliseum update looks cool too. I'd like to work on getting some people together, maybe to do some Coliseum fighting. I really like that it's just for fun. There's no rewards. There's no leaderboards. Like, it's just for fun. And there's a lot of people doing meme builds and stuff. It just looks like a good time. It looks like a good PvP time, and I haven't done a lot of PvP in a long time, so I would be down for it. Dante, welcome. Happy to see you. Good to see you. Less saltiness would be there if Mihoyo needs to balance TCG PvP. Exactly. It doesn't affect money. It doesn't affect people's money at all. And that's smart. Oh, do you guys see Freddy right there? Sneaking. He's sneaking. I want to see what he's doing. Okay, sorry. Sith Lord is in the sky. Or is it now? Oh no. For some reason I combined those two chats. It's good to see you guys talk to each other, by the way. Glad your name is still green. When do I need to swipe again? Oh, I keep meaning to tell you guys this. There's a method where you can turn on gifting memberships for a channel without someone gifting a membership, and it's like basically you use my channel link, and then it's like you put the slash after, and then it's like allow_gifts. I think I have to look it up. I'll like make a post about it in my Discord or something. But essentially there's like a URL that you can type in that turns on gifting for your account on my channel. It's really not user friendly. Like, they just need to have a button. Just give us a button. Like, I don't understand why they kind of make it so complicated, but yeah, that's once we figure that out, it'll be easier to get people into the gifting rotation, basically. Yeah. So how's everybody? I haven't done Misty Dungeon yet, but I usually like that event. It's usually a pretty cool event. How's everybody enjoying it so far? It's usually Misty Dungeon is a really good time to test out units you never pulled. Like, they give you a ton of units to try out, and I think they let us try out Wanderer. I don't know who else, but it is super fun. Nice. Noodles and Friskies. Hi, welcome guys. Good to see ya. Good to see everybody. It's really nice to see everybody. Everyone that's here, I know I just asked recently, but if you wouldn't mind dropping a like on the stream, that would help me out big time, help boost us in the algorithm. We're going to be doing a lot of chatting today, and then if my computer cooperates, we'll swap over to Genshin and do some like TCG and stuff probably, because, well, actually, I don't know if I need, oh my gosh, I need to do TCG this weekend. I need to do Misty Dungeon. I'm so far behind because of moving. I was meaning to ask those who have Farazan, how are you finding her under C6? Oh yes, I did want to talk about Farazan. So I have built up Scaramouche, and I've built up Farazan as well, and I have opinions. Okay, are you guys ready? Are you ready for my opinions? All right, so here's how I feel about let's talk about Farazan first. Farazan has 2 breakpoints, C2 and C6. I do agree that at C0, she does have a lot of issues. And the reason why, let's just make this very clear. At C0, her buffing capabilities are very strong. Like, at C0, if you max out her talents, she gives you all that resistance shred and all that anima buffing and you get that one talent that doesn't really do anything with her attack, like a base attack, you know. But like her buffing is very, very good at C0. They just locked it behind an insane burst cost. Her energy generation at C0 is really, really minimal. And so it's challenging, okay? At C2, you get the insane burst uptime, and her charge shot, you get a lot of uptime on it. Like a lot of uptime on her charge shot at C2. So her C2 is the first breakpoint. I think at C2, she's worth building. People that are saying that you need her C6, do not listen to that. Because here's what happened. I had her C2 for like about a week, okay? And then I just pulled for her C6. I did the Gamba. I tested Fate, because I'm on guarantee, right? And I want Dia. So I'm trying to save for Dia for my guarantee. But I decided to push Pity to see if I could get C6 Farazan before I got C1 Scaramouche. And I did. I got C6. And I'll tell you, it's an improvement. It's better. Like C6 is better than C2, but C2 is really not that bad at all. There is an exception. I'm going to rant about people's opinions about bow users real quick, okay? There are a lot of people who hate Sara, like her skill into charge shot, or like Tignari skill into charge shot. I love that gameplay mechanic. I like playing Sara. I like swapping into her and doing the charge shot. I like Farazan. I like swapping in and doing the charge shot. There's a lot of people who hate that. And the reason why people are recommending that you build so much energy recharge on her is because her particle generation is just like Sara. You need to use the charge shot to get the particle generation. If you don't do the charge shot, you don't get the particle generation, especially below C6. That's the thing. So if you don't want to use her charge shot, yeah, you have to build a lot of energy recharge because she's literally generating 0 energy. But at C2, you can swap into her whenever you want because of her C1 giving you the extra charge shot, the extra charge or whatever. You can swap into her basically whenever you want, and you have swirls ready. She can do long range swirling. She can swirl enemies that are incredibly far away. Like, let's say you have a group of enemies that are really close, but there's one that's far away. You can group the ones that are close to you with her charge shot and swirl them, and also swirl the one far away. Like, she has a lot of really good potential as basically a charge shot Anemo driver, if that makes sense. As a former Ganyu main, I agree it takes practice. Exactly, it does take practice. I do remember when I first started playing Sara, I had to get used to it. You know what I mean? I had to get used to her mechanic, but I like it. It's fun. I think it's an interesting, it's a change of pace. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I do like units where you swap in and you just hit skill and burst and you go, but like that gets boring sometimes. Like Layla is great because it's just skill burst go, but also like sometimes you want a little more than that. You know what I mean? And I like bow users. Anyway, here was my experience with energy recharge. I ran her on a Hazo team, okay? So this is with Hazo, with no other, it's just double Anemo, with Kokomi and Yaimiko, all right? So this is not an extremely heavy energy generation team. Like, I don't have any electro resonance, okay? I ran her on a Skyward Harp with an energy recharge Sands. I had 200% energy recharge because I got lucky on some substat rolls, and I had good energy recharge in my substats. So at C2 with 200% energy recharge, I got her burst back every single rotation because I was doing at least 1 charge shot per rotation, sometimes 2. Because my rotation was this. Sorry. I would put Yaimiko's turrets down, swirl the Electro with Farazan with her skill, like her charge shot, and then I would swap back and burst with Yaimiko, put the turrets back again, burst with Farazan, put the jellyfish down, go nuts with Hazo, go nuts with Hazo, go nuts with Hazo. And then when you know, obviously refresh the turrets, go back, repeat. That was my rotation. And I was able to burst every single rotation. Okay? On cooldown. 200% energy recharge. I had to use the charge shot though. That's the thing. You have to use the charge shot. Now at C6, I was able to lower my energy recharge to about 180%. And now that's what I'm at right now. I'm at 180% energy recharge at C6 Farazan. Fine. No issues. Sounds like a fun rotation. It is a fun rotation. And what I love about Kokomi, you know, one thing people don't talk about with Kokomi very often, which I really don't understand why people don't talk about it. Anyway, sorry. That was weird phrasing. When she's flexible with rotations. Like, I have Kokomi in that team just to put Hydro down for swirling and for Electro Charge and all that. But if my team gets beat up, because like Faruzan and Yaimiko are never on field when Kokomi's Jellyfish is on field. So Faruzan and Yaimiko can get beat up in that team, and they don't get healing unless I want to break my rotation. I don't want to break my rotation. Instead, what I can do is, let's say my team is really beat up and they're all about to die. Instead of swapping to Hazo, I can put down the Yaimiko's turrets, put down the Jellyfish, swirl it all with Faruzan, and then burst with Kokomi. Or even better yet, I could just not use the Jellyfish. I could just one auto attack from Kokomi. Yaimiko turrets, auto attack from Kokomi or charge attack or whatever. Swap to Faruzan, swirl that stuff, burst with Kokomi. Boom, you've got all your healing that you need. And then you can just restart your rotation because Kokomi's burst, you can just end it whenever you want, right? So you get your healing done, you do good damage, and then you just swap back. I would swap back to Yaimiko, start all over, and then go to Hazo and have fun. And that's actually a really good thing about Kokomi that I don't see very many people talk about it. I love that about her burst. It's like an oh crap card. Like, everything's going wrong, nothing's going right. At least I have Kokomi's burst to stop me from dying, you know? The issue with meta is that if it isn't click and do a bunch of damage, I don't like it. Yeah, people want easy super burst damage. Personally, I like that they've been making characters that have more intricate designs that are more fun to play. Like, I would rather have a character do let me just be clear. I always want to be able to 36-star Abyss. Okay. But like, let me also be clear. Thank you, Rayun. And hello, Shenha. Welcome everybody popping in. Hello. I find Ayaka boring. And the reason why I find Ayaka to be so boring is because she's so strong. She clears Abyss so fast sometimes that it feels, it's like anticlimactic. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I did nothing. I just hit her burst and it's just like, just everything dies. So sometimes it gets boring. Sometimes I want to press a couple more buttons. I find Ayaka boring. Ties. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to offend. I can understand why people like her for sure. I really like, I love Tignari. I love throwing the skill out and then like charge shot, dash, and that kind of stuff. It's just fun. It's just fun to do that. It's satisfying to watch all the little hits. I don't find her boring, but yeah, she's a literal delete button. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes that's just like I love Ito. Ito is so fun to play, and he's easy to play too. Like, Ito is not challenging to play. He's so fun. And it's just a couple extra button clicks. Like, I don't know why. It just makes my brain go burr. But I've always been like that. Like, when you play like RPGs, I like playing the fast RPM classes. RPM? Oh shoot, what is that one term? Clicks per minute or whatever. CPM? I don't know. Whatever those League of Legends people terms they use. Ito is fun to play. He's very fun to play. My Ayaka is not invested though, so I used her burst skill, dash, charge attack. No, that's fine. I find Ayaka boring, so you've chosen death. Wow, you guys really got a little upsetty about that Ayaka comment there. Hey, I wasn't even gonna pull Ayaka. Okay, at first I was gonna skip Ayaka, and then I got baited by her big PP damage. Okay, so I fell for it. All right, I do enjoy it. I just think that sometimes that can get a little boring. Like Ganyu. Ganyu can get boring because she's really strong, very consistent damage, you know, it's all that great stuff, but sometimes that's just it's a little boring. Like I like Tignari more than Ganyu in terms of playing her. Playing him, I mean, sorry. I like playing him more than playing her. My computer's beeping at me for some reason, and I don't know why. I respect your opinion. Honestly, someone with lower investment, big damage units are really nice to clear content. I can agree with that as well. Are you already... I'm sorry, we're Attica. I don't know what you mean by that. Are you ready to play the AQ? What's AQ? The most boring character really goes to Zhao. Yeah. His playstyle is really redundant as well. Super redundant. Ayaka is my favorite character and the reason I play Genshin. I can understand how ridiculously strong characters can get boring and stuff. Yeah. Archon Quest. Oh! Derp. No, I haven't played. I have not done the interlude yet. I will do that on stream. Trust me. I will, Your PC is beeping because of all the Ayaka slander. Yeah, my computer is mad at me. Like, how dare you? I have not done the Archon Quest yet, no. The interlude, I promise I will do all of the story content, all the main story content on stream with Genshin. I did want to ask you guys, like, there are a ton of world quests that I need to do in Sumeru, because I've basically done, like, none of the world quests. I'm so far behind. Are they interesting to watch? Are there any world quests that are really interesting to watch? Like, I need to finish the Aranara stuff. I can imagine that that might be kind of interesting to watch at the end. I don't know. It's actually, all of it's been kind of just like, you know, a bunch of quests. So, I don't know. I was just wondering, should I just go through and do all those world quests? Or did you guys want to watch that as well? Because I can start working through those off stream. But yeah, I still got to do the interlude. My Wanderer is still just called Wanderer. There are some funny ones, some which give hits about upcoming regions. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to hang out with me while I we'll go through them, you know, I'm all for that. The quest in the pyramids would be great to watch. Yeah, the desert stuff seems really interesting. I'm really excited to get into the desert stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I've been suffering. I farmed all of my Sinnoh scarabs above ground. My Wanderer's called Roach. That's interesting. I'm so behind in the content, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's fine. I was always like at the forefront of Genshin content for such a long time, but after becoming a content creator, it just got really challenging to stay caught up. So I've let myself. It's the same level like Enkanami and Ru 1. Oh my gosh. If you haven't done the pyramid quest, it's actually really, really good. I have not. Holy Chamber, welcome. You named your Wanderer Vultureness? Can you explain that? I hated Skara at first and I loved calling him Roche, so now my dream name for him is now That's funny. Currently, I've been playing Sky Coddle. Pretty and relaxing. Nice. I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is. Other than Genshin, I've been, you guys have been watching my Cyberpunk Let's Play. I've been playing a lot of survival games and roguelites. I've been playing Dead Cells lately. I started playing Dead Cells, is really good. Zero Sievert is an early access game I've been playing. It's pretty good. I've been playing, obviously, Elden Ring. Ugh. Favorite catalyst? You mean favorite catalyst user or like favorite like weapon? Because my favorite Catalyst user... I really like Yanfei, like a lot. My issue with Yanfei is that they're just like, there's like a certain kind of team that I want to build with her that I never seem to be able to build. Because Yanfei is like, her burst allows her to be a hyper carry, but she has really good quick swap burst potential, because when you swap in, you can use her skill and her charge attack, and there's an extra hit after her charge attack, and all of those have separate ICD. So you can vape, like reverse vape, like 3 times in a row with her, just by swapping in and doing that. And it's really, really satisfying. But what I want to happen is I want to have a Hydro unit that can also vape, and I want to be able to, like, you know, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I want to be able to apply Hydro, vape with Yanfei, and also apply Pyro, and then vape with the Hydro unit. But that's just really complicated, and it never works out. Elden Ring won Game of the Year. Yeah, I saw that. And Genshin won a voice acting award, which is huge. The voice acting director for Genshin has worked really hard to, I think, push forward the quality of American voice acting, like English voice actors. Because Genshin is just fantastic with voice acting. They do a really good job. Kokami. Your thoughts on silly Genshin versus Sonic stuff? Was there a lot of drama about that? I don't know what you're... I heard there was something about Genshin versus Sonic or something, but all the stuff that I've seen... Player voice, not voice acting. Oh, it's not a voice acting award. Oh, it's a player voice award. What does that mean? Is that just like a community voted award? I don't understand. I thought it was a voice acting award. Player's voice award? Wow, I'm dumb. Apparently Sonic fans were mad. Oh. Well, I'll be honest with you guys. Sonic Frontiers does not look like a good game. It looks like an okay game, but that's not okay. Like, Sonic deserves better than just an okay game. Player voice, player choice. Okay, that's dumb naming. In terms of voice acting, French VAs win. I don't know. And rumors were Sonic fans made racist remarks. Oh, jeez. Well, that's not good. I mean, guys, like, why are people so mad? It's a freaking award show. Like, that stuff, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get, like, Genshin's gonna get some articles written about it. Yippee-ki-yay. Like, people want to, like, fight to the death over. Okay, but yeah, but Genshin does deserve an award. For sure. I mean, it's been a pretty monumental thing for gaming, I think. Having such a high quality game be so accessible and just so much polish and creativity and artistic direction and music, and it's just great. They made bots and did some racist tweet. Oh, I'll be honest, Sonic Frontiers is the best 3D Sonic game since Sonic Generations. That shows how bad Sega's been making. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Sonic Frontiers is the best 3D Sonic game in a long time. But that's sad. Like, they had such a winning formula with the Sonic Adventure 2 battles and the Sonic Adventure series. If they had kept moving in that direction of these sort of, like, you have a hub world and you can travel around, or you pick missions and you go in and do stuff, and then you have like they just had such a good formula with that. There was replayability, there was co-op, there was a variety of game modes because you have all the different characters, all the different game modes, and then you have, and then they decided randomly that they wanted to go back to the roots but keep it 3D. So they tried to do that boost formula nonsense where it's like, oh, it's 3D, but you're traveling at the speed of light and you can't see anything that's happening. And it's like why are you building environments so that you can just like not even experience them? You know what I mean? Like, I felt like Sonic Adventure 2 had a lot of really good segments where you're playing Sonic where you can go fast, but you also appreciate the environment still. You're not going so fast that you like can't see anything. You know what I mean? You have no idea how much I wanted Sonic Adventure 3. Same. I played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for years. I played that for years when I was a kid. Got scammed, welcome. And it's such a good game. Sundalo, welcome. Congrats on the move. Hope it went well for you. Yeah, it's great. I'm happy. I'm cozy. I got everything I need. Audio quality is better. The lighting is a little mess sometimes. I think my hair is part of the reason, but the lighting will get better. I'll mess around with it. I wasn't into gaming during the good Sonic era. Aw. Well, you can always play Sonic Adventure 2 Battle or like Sonic Adventure original one. It was okay. They're still okay to this day. Where did I move to? It's a condo. I'm still in Ohio. I moved like an hour away from where I lived. Just like closer to a city where everything's nicer and I have better internet and it's a bigger place. So it's just like win. It's a good situation. Last good Sonic game was Generations. I never played Sonic Generations. Who's better, Sonic or Mario? I don't know about that. I mean, I think the Mario games have had more success for sure. Even though the only Sonic game I played religiously was Unleashed, I still enjoyed hearing things about the games from other games from fans. Ohio exists? I thought we decided it didn't. That's funny. Good. I mean, yeah, it basically doesn't. But, you know, there's a lot of famous people from Ohio, right? Like a lot. I think it's because Ohio is so boring that, like, it drives you crazy enough that you can become an actor or actress, you know? Like, wait. Yeah. Is it a new planet? No. It's 80% corn. Here, let me try to get Genshin open. Let's see if it'll work. I have to open Task Manager. Okay, I got Genshin open. Let's see if I can do this without it dying. Is it lagging? Is it lagging on your guys' end? Or is it just me? My OBS is a stuttery mess right now, but the stream preview looks okay. It is lagging. Looks like it's laggy. All right, I think it's my computer. You seem like playing in tar. Okay, we're not gonna do that then. Yeah, we'll wait until I troubleshoot what's wrong with my computer, and we'll come back to it. Here, let me exit out of Genshin so that my stream it runs better. All right. Well, yeah, I'm definitely having some issues. I don't like this song. I'm just gonna. I think it should be Who Needs Genshin Anyway. Yeah. I was gonna do some TCG. I was gonna do some Misty Dungeon. But Dante got attacked by a spider yesterday. Oh, that sounds horrible. Do you guys have like big spiders over there? Or do you have like normal spiders? Because the spiders in Australia, I think I would have like, I think I would go into shock. Like they wouldn't even have to attack me. If I saw one of those big spider crabs, I think I would seize up and just fall to the ground. I think I would just die. How about Hoyo finally going to release Yayo after all this time? Oh, I know, right? Her little stuffed pet thing or whatever it is that she has is so cute. Like, it's so cute. But I am excited to see Yayo. That should be cool. I like the idea of a set of trial character team, but you get to substitute your build. Like you mean, what do you mean by that? I think I know what you mean, but I want you to clarify. You from Australia? No. No, I've never been to Australia. The way the Adepti do it on her is too freaking adorable. We have medium spiders in an area called Pete, and we have an unhealthy amount of black widows. Ooh, black widows are not cool. She's the last closed beta test character one. Yeah, she is. She is. I think pretty much the only character that still needs to be released. Well, there's Varka and Bezo. But Bezu is like not... I said Bezo. Bezu is not like the same as Varka. Because Varka, we haven't even seen him. Like basically in Misty Dungeon, there's a set of trial characters, but you can use your version of those characters or the Hoyoverse spell. Oh, can you not do that? Oh. Senora. Oh boy. Oh boy. We might have to talk about that one. It sounds like Bozo. Hey, Mage. Welcome. It's good to see everybody. I did miss making content. I missed streaming. I missed hanging out with all of you. It is a treat to be back. In other events, it's given you the option, but usually you get all of your characters. Interesting. They changed it to you being able to use your characters this time if you want. To be honest, though, I kind of have a mixed feelings about her kit. It's not about the damage, it's about the gameplay though. Oh, okay. Just be careful. Don't spoil anything about Yayo's kit. You haven't leaked anything, but just keep that in mind. I'm sure it'll be fine though. Lately, I mean, that is the theme of the past year or so. I think like people see a new unit. They're like, it's unplayable, totally unplayable. Totally unplayable, and they're not. I think it's always an exaggeration. I actually, you know what? I decided to start building Dory, and like she's got like she's like level 50, level 2 skill, and it's not a damage build. It's like HP, electro crit. It's a standard build. And she hits like 7,000 damage on her skill, which is funny. Not bad. Her healing's pretty good too. I think that Dory is pretty good. She's not amazing, but she's great as a healer. She does the healing. And we need more options for healers anyway. Like, I'm building Dory because I want more options for healers. You know what I mean? I'm getting tired of this mocking new character trend. I know. Like at some point, like the way I feel about it is honestly like people just need to lower their expectation. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in like, we need to shift our focus away from caring about the numbers exactly and like all the nitty gritty about Primogem value and all that stuff just doesn't matter anymore. It mattered when we thought it mattered, right? But now that we realize that, you know, you can do whatever the heck you want, it just, Genshin is not like other gacha games where you can, you know, you're going to destroy your whole account by pulling for a character you like. That's just not going to happen. And I think people just need to get away from that. Like, I see guides and so many videos nowadays, they spend a lot of time just complaining about the power level of the characters, the numbers, the nitty gritty, comparing them to Fischl, comparing them to Benny, comparing them to Xingqiu. It's like, we get it. But let's just talk about what they can do. Let's just talk about, are they fun to play? Let's just talk about, do they fill a role that we need? Let's just talk about those things. Like, I think it's really a matter of expectation more than anything. I think people just expect too much. Like, I think it's like shooting yourself in the foot at this point. Like, you're expecting them to do something different. Like, they've kept releasing these characters like this. And if people have a problem with it, okay, but you got to come to expect that. That's just going to be the way it is. A wise person once said, expectations are your problem. The crazy part is meta never mattered at all. If it did, I wouldn't have been able to be level 90 Raiden with Noel. True. Exhausted Axolotl says, love the new setup. Gotta go. I'm shopping with my daughter. Oh, have fun. Glad to see you. Hope you're well. Having a good day. Even if they do add a new permanent combat mode, it's not anytime soon. So go for what you want. No, and you know what? I'll be totally honest with all of you. Even if they add something more, like let's say they extend Spiral Abyss or something, they're never going to make it that hard. I think Spiral Abyss is going to be the most difficult combat content that we have, because it is always the hardest thing. Like, how do I say this? The earlier Spiral Abysses were easier. Like, if we had our characters today and we could fight the 1.0 Abyss, you would trash it. You would demolish it so quickly. It would be a joke, right? So they've consistently pushed up the difficulty of the Spiral Abyss as they've given us access to more and more tools to do more and more damage, as we have access to more and more characters, more power, and all that other stuff. And so Spiral Abyss is like a benchmark. That is the benchmark. So I really truly believe that if they do some other content, like let's say they make like a permanent labyrinth event or something, it'll be for fun. It'll be for fun and maybe some reward. I like how every character can be used. Me too. And they don't apply the same standards to older characters. What was that? I think a lot of the 1.0 4-stars as building blocks, if they didn't exist, nothing would work and we would have them. We don't need more. Exactly. Oh my gosh, Bloom. Thank you. That is such a good way to put it. And this is actually something I love Genshin, like Hoyoverse. Like, I love what they do here. They don't release 20 characters that do the same thing. Like, there's a lot of games where they find out, oh, we released this one character and it did really well and people liked it. Let's just kind of do that, but a little different. And then you end up with like 5 characters that do the same thing, or like they're like the same. We don't need another Benny because we have Benny. We don't need another Xingqiu because we have Xingqiu. We don't need another Zhongling because we have Zhongling. Like Fischl because we have Fischl. And like, people can get mad about that, but those characters are essential building blocks, and that's not a bad thing. Like, we got them early on, and I think the reason we got these characters early on, people think that I am crazy about this, but I think the reason we got Fischl, Benny, Xingqiu, all these people early on is because they're strong and they're like the glue for a lot of teams. They're like essential glue that we need. If Imagine trying to play 1.0 Genshin with like Sara, Sayu, I don't know. I can't pick out of all the characters. There's a lot of characters. Toma. Like, imagine if those were the first characters we got. Team building would have been rough. Okay. Like, they released the characters that we needed to get us going. And also, those characters are always going to be available for anyone that plays the game, which I think is important because you can, whether you buy them through the shop, whether you get them through the standard banner, whether you get a free Zhongling through the Abyss, like, you can get access to these characters relatively easily, and they make a big difference for your account, and they'll be available for the entirety of the game. So I think it's smart, and maybe they didn't plan it that way. I don't care. Like, I would rather Ganyu still be relevant than for Ganyu to have fallen off to some new cryo bow DPS. Like, imagine if they did what other let me paint you a picture. If they did what other gacha companies do, when Ganyu came out or Hu Tao came out and they, you know, people loved them, they would have 5 months later, 6 months later, released a better Ganyu. Like, oh, here's your Ganyu 2.0. Oh, you mean that Ganyu that you used to love and that you spent lots of time playing and appreciating and that you actually care about? Toss it in the trash. It's garbage. No, they went the opposite direction. They decided, like, well, Ganyu's Ganyu. There's never going to be another Ganyu. So we got to figure out something else to do that people can play that they'll enjoy. And that's why we have so many team compositions, because rather than forcing us to, like, most RPGs will force you to build a certain kind of team because it's the meta, and the meta is what you need to beat the game. In Genshin, you can build whatever kind of team you want. There's so much variety because it's less strict in the meta. And I think that's fun. I think that's more fun because it's not as, like, hardcore. It's just like you get to just build your teams, try new things, be creative. And if you want to bash through it, play a meta team. Just give permanent perilous trials or potions or labyrinth combat mode with custom difficulties, make it hard as easy as I want. I'm fine. That Wash, I agree 100%. That is exactly what I want for combat. Like, the only thing I feel like I'm missing in terms of content or like combat from Genshin is I would love a sort of wave, like they have those wave based combat events, and those are my favorite. Or like the labyrinth event was really fun too. If they did a roguelite mode, like you go in like labyrinth, that was really neat. Or if you do a wave based combat mode, that's a little bit similar to Abyss, but it's still fun to I think it's fun to have just like 2 minutes of continuous enemies pouring at you. Like, that's fun. That's so fun. Because then if you have a really busted account, you don't just clear the chamber. Like, if you have Ayaka, you don't clear the chamber in 2 seconds and then you're done. Like, you get to kill more enemies. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I like about it. Even if you're stronger, it just means you can push farther. You can push farther beyond. I'm still wishing for the labyrinth to come back. I know, I'm surprised they have not rerun that event. When Labyrinth came out, I saw tons of videos of people saying this is the best game mode that's ever come out. This is the best event we've ever had. And I still agree with that. The Labyrinth is one of the best events we've ever had. I love the mix of exploring and fighting. Me too. I loved that. It was like, and they had these little chests. I think the chests only gave you like a couple EXP books or maybe like a couple artifacts that were crappy, like fodder. But I still really loved that there were like little chests that you could find in the chamber. Like there were almost little puzzles that you had to, like, you know, it's all really simple, right? Like, I'm not saying it's like hard or whatever, but it was just nice. It was refreshing. How about Abyss Chamber, mini open world inside the darkness of the abyss full of monsters? That'd be cool too. It's amazing too. Eula and Sino almost appear to do that with Razor. Big differences in playstyle from how Razor works. Exactly. They can take ideas that they've already tried and iterate on it without breaking the game or breaking the power ceiling, and still, like, both characters are relevant. You know, Razor's still relevant, Eula is relevant, Sino's relevant, but they do have similarities. It's just not like, oh well, like that's why when Sino was coming out, everyone was like, oh, just 5-star Razor. Like, no, not at all. Actually, he's like pretty different, even when it has the same style. Yeah, look at Honkai Impact 3, Hersher of Truth Bronya, completely power creeps Fischl, and who as the elemental support role. Oh, do they really? Oh, that makes me so sad, because I really liked, damn, that's okay. Characters you like are constantly kicked from the meta. Exactly. And see, look, this is proof that Hoyoverse learns from their previous games, because here's the thing about Honkai. What do you think would happen if they released the Hersher of Truth Bronya and she wasn't better than Fischl? Like, imagine not that she's weaker, like literally the same. Like let's say they decide, okay, we don't want to power creep Fischl, we don't want to power creep, you know, these characters people love, and they make the Hersher of Truth like maybe even just slightly better. No, the fan base for Honkai expects power creep. They get hyped over that. Like, there are people having wet dreams about how strong the Hersher of Truth is going to be. Okay, there are people like their heart is a flutter, you know, they're shaking with anticipation, and they cannot wait to see those bigger PP damage numbers than before. If they do not get that, it is like a junkie that misses their fix. Okay, it's bad. They will freak out, they'll get mad, and they'll act like children, and they'll stampede through the internet, destroying it in their wake. Okay? That's why Hoyoverse has been very careful about Genshin. They don't want to they do not want us to expect new characters to be these busted OP super game changing, it changes everything kind of. No, they don't want that, because although that's good for clicks, although that's good for the YouTube algorithm, it's not good for their business and for their game, because like Honkai has probably 20 characters at this point that are useless. Like, actually, I'm not talking like Genshin useless. I'm talking like literally cannot beat the content. Like, doesn't matter how much money you spend, this character is a waste of time. Whew. So that's why I'm so against power creep, and that's why I'm totally fine with what Genshin is doing. And that's why when they release characters that maybe to some people appear to be underwhelming, to me, my thought, here's how I approach it. I see all these videos about Farzan, about Dory, about Kuki, about Kokomi, about Kaz. I mean, look, every unit has been called trash, but except for like Ganyu. Well, actually, even when Ganyu came out, it took like a couple days for people to realize. But here's the point. Sorry. Here's the point. It's fine. It's all good. Genshin is chill. We got all these people who say all this crap, but you just need to approach these units as if you haven't heard all that nonsense. Like, give everything a fair shake. What I constantly see, here's what I see. People will take Xinyan. Let's use Xinyan for an example, because this is a really good example. People will just take some random artifact set that they have. They'll throw it on Xinyan, and they'll just toss her into a team. And if she doesn't pop off, it's like immediately disappointing, right? You gotta consider gotta put a little more thought into it than that, pal. Like, I'm sorry that your game is not plug and play all the time. What I like, a common issue is that I see like people will toss on a set to Xignon, but let's say you have C2 Xignon. At that point, you should actually not, unless you're building a hyper carry Xignon, unless you're building on-field DPS, you should not build crit rate. I see people all the time, they're like, I'm gonna test out Xignon, see if she's good. They got like C6 Xignon, they're gonna test her out in a support role, and they give her like a 1-to-2 ratio crit, and they build her like crap. And then they're like, oh, she sucks. It's like, actually, the way that you built her and the way that you used her sucked. Like, you suck, she doesn't. Surprise. But it's like how people blame, you know, when people play Guitar Hero and they suck up really bad, like, oh, this guitar sucks, the buttons aren't responding to my perfect inputs of me doing amazing all the time. Sure. It's like trying the conventional build. Exactly. It's like when Kokomi came out and people were literally, they told us, like, when Kokomi came out, they told us not to build her normally. They literally told us, like, don't build crit. And then the first thing people did was try to build crit. Like, bro, what are you doing? I do love, let me read out some of this stuff. Particularly a Riptide in a chamber with waves of reoccurring enemies. Rip. Yeah, I saw that video of like, it was like Hayusha and Iki, and Tartaglia just hits an enemy and the Riptide just does like a domino effect throughout all. Oh, it's hilarious. 2-week rotation for this mode. You keep playing it like Abyss and get awards each time you clear. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like a 2-week rotation on it would be chill. That way you can do like Abyss 1 week and next week you have like the Labyrinth or whatever else. They basically become weeklies. Any other gacha, especially ones with PvP, year 1 units are only good that first year, and the longer you play the game, they counter a broken character by releasing a more broken character. Exactly. And Genshin doesn't want to do that. But see, here's the thing. People expect that to happen. People in their bones, they expect these new characters to be broken, and when they're not, like, you gotta let it go. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to say it, but there's a lot of these gamers where they just gotta live and learn. You just gotta realize that you have unhealthy expectations. You have unreasonable expectations. Like, there are so many gamers that what I constantly see is like, guys, it's easy to be a critic. Okay, it's easy to be a critic. When you're playing Genshin Impact, it's easy to be like, oh, they should do this. They should do that. It would be so much better if the game was like this or that. But these critics put zero thought into how would the game act, how would the company actually achieve any of this stuff? How much resources would that take? Like, how much time and energy? And also, is it even worth it? Is it even worth it? And oftentimes it's not. Like, people complain about these new characters, but our other option is that the new characters make the old ones useless. Like, that is the other option. And then people say, no. I just want Dory to be as good as Fischl. Okay, if Dory is as good as Fischl, but Dory also heals, Dory is better than Fischl. So they can't do that. And Genshin has great balance. Like, even though characters have a lot of different power levels, the game overall has fantastic balance because everyone can clear the game. It's great. Try playing Lost Ark and just play whatever class you want. Just try whatever build you want. See how that works. If you don't play the meta builds, people will not take you into raids. People literally just will not play with you. And I understand to a point you're just being stupid. Like, you know, some meme builds are stupid. I get that. But like, let's say you just want to play off meta, but you like really are trying really hard. It doesn't matter. People will still get mad at you. Steph is like, yep. It's hilarious to me how much they try to say she's bad when she can destroy things faster than the most overrated team right now. Wait, what? My frustrations with people complaining about Nilu. Oh, yeah. Live and learn. Hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Live and learn. Anyway. Dante distracted me. Reminds me of some of the dog trainers I've seen. Maybe it's the handlers, not the dogs. It is. It is. Ironically, people complain about the lack of power creep in endgame and compared Genshin to Honkai, but I don't want to experience Honkai in Genshin. Right. Right. I don't want Genshin to feel like Honkai either. I'm an old school Sonic music guy. No, that's a good song. It's a good song. I used to jam to that song back in the day. Get home from school. Like, living. I like literally turned my GameCube on because we didn't have MP3 players, guys. You don't understand. We didn't have iPods. We didn't have any of that. We just had a GameCube and a dream. And so I would turn on my GameCube and they had a whole section of Sonic Adventure 2 where you could go and you could just listen to the music. And I would just sit there and I would just jam. Just jam. You know what I mean? It's good stuff. Undefeatable in Sonic Frontiers is so good. I haven't heard the new Sonic Frontiers soundtrack. Had a tape player. I had a CD player. I would go to the library and I would rent CDs. Not rent. I would like borrow or whatever. Check out CDs from the library. That's how I would listen to my music back in the day. Back in the day. Honestly, the way you described Xignon was like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like off-meta decks folks say are bad. No, you just suck. You can play the deck, but don't know how to use the deck. Huh. Is it really like, is that how it is in Yu-Gi-Oh? That's interesting. I would imagine that that's common because like, look, let's be real. The reason people like meta is because the thing they care the most about is winning. Okay? People like meta because they can't stand the idea of losing. And so they're like, I want to do the most overpowered thing possible so that I win. And that is kind of an arrogant thing. You know what I mean? It's like being a tryhard. You know what I mean? No one likes a tryhard. No one likes a tryhard. They're annoying. It's like, that's why I think it's great that like, okay, Elden Ring, let's just use Elden Ring as an example, okay? They released the new PvP mode in Elden Ring. There's no leaderboard. There's no rewards. There's nothing. At the end of the match, it tells you someone wins, but who gives a crap? You just got to fight to the death over and over for like 3 minutes. It's fun. It's just a fun PvP mode, right? And for that reason, there's a lot of people doing meme build. Those people are having the most fun because whenever you see a tryhard in the PvP mode, you can guarantee that they're not having fun. They're either angry or they're like, oh, I'm gonna get you. Oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Oh, you can't stop. You know what I mean? It's like, chill. You know, play Pikachu. Make a Pikachu in Elden Ring. Have fun. You know what I mean? It's just like, if your goal is to win, your goal is not to have fun. Those are two separate things. And I'm not saying that it can't be fun to win, but like, you can win without being a tryhard. You know what I mean? Because tryhards lose too. And that's the thing, is you can try as hard as you want. There will always be someone better than you. There will always be someone more skilled than you. There will always be someone smarter than you. There will always be someone luckier than you. It doesn't matter what you do. So the best thing to do is to just not give a crap. We're all gonna die anyway, who cares? They want to destroy everything fast as tryhards, otherwise they won't be a sore. Yeah, otherwise they'd be a sore loser. Exactly. Like Fischl, that's so funny. I was playing the TCG. That TCG tutorial was great. Playing Fischl and her commanding Oz to peck your eyes out. That was hilarious. Oz is like, I can't just like attack her. You can play Pikachu in Elden Ring. Well, like you can get a bunch of lightning spells and you can have yellow skin and make your character look really goofy, and you can be Pikachu, you know? But that's what I'm talking about, is like that guy's having so much fun. Like he's probably he dies a lot probably and he's probably not winning, but he's definitely having a good time. And I think gamers have lost sight of that. We live in a competitive society. We live in a society where people are always trying to one up each other, where people are always trying to seem better than one another. Like there's always this sort of like, everyone's always sort of like, you know, measuring each other up and like, oh, are you, oh, I'm smarter than him, oh yeah, or whatever. And it's like, look, we all dumb, we all stupid. It's okay, it's all right. We need more characters that rage against us like that. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I would love to see more matches. I haven't done any of the invitation matches. I don't know if there's unique dialogue or if the characters talk. But that would be cool. Because that was fun. It was really cool to have like the actual duel official. The thing with off-meta decks is that you got to expect the fact that you're going to lose against certain decks, but it feels good when you win. Like you said, you can't win all the time. Exactly. That's cool. See, yeah, but from the perspective of a meta player, those are useless because they do not guarantee victory. Like they'll be like, but you are statistically more likely to lose if you play this deck, so this deck is useless. Like, we are not robot. We play games to have fun. I think that in a competitive environment, we've lost track of the fact that, like, not everything's a competition. Like, I mean, guys, we play Genshin. Genshin's a freaking solo game. It's a solo game. And it's wild how, like, people... I've had people pop into my chat and be like, my unit is stronger than... My catching hits harder than your catching. And it's like... like, I don't care. I don't care. Why do you care? It's so dumb. With PvP, it can be that if you don't play the meta when you are just going to wait. But with PvP, it can be that if you don't play the meta, then you are just going to definitely lose. That's true. That's true that there are see, like, that's the thing. Is that, like, game companies have exacerbated this issue because, like, let's just go back to Elden Ring again. Elden Ring has no leaderboard. There are no rewards. You go in, you play the match, and then it's over. So, like, it doesn't matter, but it's fun. They developed a game mode that is fun. It's easy to start. It's easy to get into. And it's fun. Like, that's all that matters, right? But you have all of these companies trying to, like, game that system. I don't know how else to say it, but, like, the company will purposefully make it so that the game is hyper competitive because they think that hyper competitive games are good for their business. They think it'll bring more streamers, it'll bring more maybe esports or whatever. Like, so gaming companies from a business perspective, they view hyper competitive games as a good thing. So they love this whole winning strategy nonsense where it's like, you know, just proving how much better you are than other people at the game. And I think that sacrifices a lot of fun, because then that forces people to be tryhard, to play a game from a meta perspective. Because if you don't, you'll die or lose or whatever. And games like that are not fun. I don't think games like that are fun, because at that point you're just following direction. Like, if you have, let me ask you guys a question. If you play a game and there's only one course of action, and that course of action is the meta, are you playing the game or are you just following direction? You know what I mean? Like, are you playing the game or are you just going through the motions? Hey, Mark. Good to see you. A solo game that should be chill to share with friends. Yeah, right. Like, it's cool to get mad at TCG or whatever. Like, see, that's the kind of thing where we can get competitive. But it's like lighthearted competition. You know what I mean? Like, TCG doesn't matter the same way that Elden Ring PvP doesn't matter. There are no rewards. So it's like, it's just for fun. I think that's good. I think we need more of that. Like, look, when I was younger, I played a lot of Team Fortress 2. And what I loved about Team Fortress 2 is that, like, there wasn't a meta. I mean, there sort of is. You can play better than other people, but like, all the classes are relevant. Like, you know, you want to play a certain character. It's more about team building in TF2, actually. It's more about balancing your roles with your teammates, right? But what I love about TF2, or what I loved about it, is that none of it matters. You can play 100 match. You can play like 10 matches in one sitting of TF2, and like, you're just having fun playing the game. You're not thinking about, oh, did I win 10 out of 10 matches? You're thinking about all the funny stuff that happened, or all the cool tricks you learned, or all the whatever. You know what I mean? I've tried out the tutorials and stuff. Can you play against other players though? Yeah. TCG is PvP. It has like, if you go to the Cat's Tail, there's like a bulletin board there, and the matchmaking is through that. So you go into there and you go into matchmaking. At least I'm pretty sure it's on the billboard. I mentioned this earlier, but I have not built my deck yet. I'm going to be working on that as soon as possible. Off topic in a way, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak has meta, but only pertaining to speedrun kill monsters. You have comfy builds that are viable as long as you can keep up with the pace. Yeah, exactly. And I can understand that. As long as they're not, you know what I mean? Like, I think that there's like, as long as the off meta isn't so much worse. Like, obviously, no company is perfect. Balancing a game is hard. There will probably always be a better strategy in video games. Like, we can probably always expect there to be a meta, but I think it's really more about making sure that the rest of the game isn't built around that singular strategy, where the game is built around, you know, built in a way where, like Ryun said, where you can clear the content with any kind of build you want, but the certain builds will do it faster. That's exactly what it's like in Genshin. You know what? I'm gonna try out the card game. Again, you can also go against your friends too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can like challenge people. Like, I'm pretty dang sure with TCG you can like make like a private match between friends. I haven't, like, I'll be honest, guys. I did the tutorial. I really need to build my deck. I want to duel all of you guys. I want to have streams where like we just do TCG duels. I think that would be so fun. Like, you guys can just duel me and we can just go from person to person. You know what I mean? I think that would be exciting. I just need to work on my deck because I still got the starter deck. The hyper competitiveness is why I dropped multiverse, because of sweats that never get off. The game I shouldn't be fighting for my life 5 matches out of 1. Yeah. Yeah. I get that. I don't like it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, some games are so competitive that it just ruins the game, I think. You would beat me bad. I don't know about that. There's a decent amount of RNG and TCG that can, like, I think, sway the direction of the match. I think I saw something up there that I was going to talk about, but your server is on AJ. Yeah, there's no, I don't think it's cross server, right? With TCG. That would probably be nearly impossible for them to do. I actually was curious about that. Like, if is it cross platform, just not cross server? I don't know how it worked. Took you a couple tries to get past the official tutorial. Oh, I beat her first try. I haven't lost a match yet, but all I've done are the PV, like I've done a couple challenge matches and stuff. It feels like a lot of the early stuff isn't super hard. I was going to talk about something. I can't remember. Oh, crap. We need more cards for sure, though. I bet they're going to start releasing cards like every update. That should be exciting. I'd be careful about voicing your intent on stream, though, in case you get stream snipers. That's true. I would probably have to, if I'm doing like a TCG duel, I would have to make sure I don't give away my strategy. Aramite card, that's potential too. They could do a lot. The way TCG became meta focused for people who watch YouTube after like a day. Yeah, you know what? I watched a video. I'm not gonna say who. I watched a video and one of the content creators said, I see that all of you are talking about how it's weird that people are already like so focused on meta and TCG. And then their response was that they said, but I want to win, right? They're like, I want to win. Like, that's why I'm playing the game, is to win. It's like, we can tell. Because the game has been out for like a couple weeks and people are building meta decks. Like, are you seriously that scared of losing a card game that you gotta have the most OP? You gotta trash everyone. You've got to insta kill every card. You've got to take 8 actions per turn because you're scared the other person's gonna defeat you. That's some mighty ego armor you got going on there. The way I like how playable cast have their decks built, their personality and actual. How the playable cast have their decks built, their personality and actual. Yes. I actually, that is such a cool little. I wasn't sure if they were gonna do that, but I am really glad to see that the characters, that when you match up against characters, they have decks that make sense for like who they are and like the way that they play in the actual game. It's really cool. The Karagi cards are intense, but I love the mob cards we fought against so far. I want to win. Win what? Win against a 12-year-old in matchmaking. You got to get that meta deck ready for all these 12-year-olds and 14-year-olds in matchmaking on TCG. You can't let them have a glimmer of hope. If they have a glimmer of hope, you're doing something wrong. You need 110% chance of success. That's what you need. If you're not curb stomping everyone that duels you, you're doing something wrong. Because you don't need to be a good sportsman if you never lose. No mercy against the kid. Like, that's what I'm expecting. Like, look, let's be real here. I'm gonna build my deck and I'm gonna try to build a good deck, but I'm not gonna go look up like a million things about how to build the best deck. And like, I fully expect that there will be at least some people who are worse at the game than me. At least, like I just said, there's gonna be a lot of different kinds of people doing matchmaking. There's probably gonna be 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 30-year-olds. Atsu, who's like, you know, you got Walrus and Atsu, they're up there. You know? But like, here's the point. If you match with a 12-year-old, you're not gonna need the meta. They're not gonna beat you. They're probably not gonna be super good at the game. They might actually be a prodigy. They might crush you. They might be a secret genius. But you know what I mean? Like, you don't... What are you... Yeah, okay. You're gonna get Magu Kenki and Sinnoh cards next week. Ooh, nice. That's why I've taken to testing my decks against the characters. They know how to behave after a game, winner, loser wins. Yeah, that's true. The characters are written to be better sports about it than like real people. Except for Fischl. Fischl did not handle it very well. That's good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys have been enjoying the card game. I feel overall, generally speaking, I think people were pretty skeptical about it. I think, let's be honest, it's not exactly the game mode that we thought we were gonna get. Like, it's not exactly the permanent game mode that we wanted, but I do think that it is actually, it's pretty fun. They did a good job with it. They took it seriously. It's got a lot of room to grow. The potential for building, like, they did what they did in the actual game. Like, they gave us a lot of potential to build multiple different kinds of decks, you know? And in the future, that's only going to get more and more. There's going to be more and more cards, more and more potential for decks, which should make it more and more exciting because there'll be more counters to the meta decks. There'll be all this other stuff. It'll be fun. And I think it'll keep the game fresh for people, like, once you do your dailies, once you do all your other stuff, if you're still hankering some Genshin, you can do some matchmaking. You can do some challenges. Those weekly challenges are pretty chill. I did want to ask how you guys feel about... Okay. So I did check the shop, and there is nothing. You can buy nothing like resin or mora or anything. There's none of that in the shop. So it's all just like skins and cards and stuff. So the currency that we make in TCG is just for TCG. How do you all feel about that? I mean, on one hand, like, I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping that we would be able to get a little bit of something out of it. Like, there are Primo Gem rewards, but the Primo Gem rewards are one-time rewards. You know what I mean? And the weekly gives you coins, which you can use for the skins and stuff. Yeah, the only time primos are involved during level up. Yeah, it's less rewarding than I thought it was going to be. I'll be honest. I expected we were going to get more primos, and I expected we were going to get more out of it than like skins for the cards themselves and stuff. But I will say, just because it doesn't have it right now, in the future, like, okay, let's say in the future, people have bought all the skins they want, people have all the cards they want, they could probably update that shop to add a section to it. You know what I mean? Like, if people start saying, hey, I've got 50,000 lucky coins, like, I've got all of this currency and I've got all the stuff I want, like, can we do something with that? Then at that point, they'd probably respond and go, yeah, maybe we should add some kind of secondary shop that we can spend the money in. So I wouldn't lose hope entirely on that, but I definitely think it's not the direction they wanted to go in. I think they really wanted to make sure that people play TCG for TCG. I think they wanted to make sure that people aren't playing the game to get the Primo Gem. They wanted to make sure that the game itself is fun, that it's satisfying to play and win, so that you don't feel like you need some sort of treat afterwards to satiate you. And I do agree. I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty fun. I just do think that the fact that there's no crossover into like your account is a little disappointing, but it's okay. I don't care that much, but I'll be returning to Genshin from time to time because of TCG. Yeah. Yeah, and also we do have to say, like, because the rewards don't affect your actual game, like except for the one-time Primo rewards. For instance, once you have the stuff you want, there's no pressure to farm the weeklies. Like if you miss out on your TCG weekly, you're really not missing out on anything. You know what I mean? Like you're not losing any actual progress on your account. Except for like this level up rewards, because you'll level up a little slower, but like who cares, right? So you know, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I think it's a good game mode to have. I think it gives people stuff to do, and that's important. We have something to do, especially in co-op. All right. I'm gonna take a quick break. It's been about an hour and a half. I'm gonna go get some more refreshments. I'm low on tea. So I appreciate everyone who's been hanging out, chatting. I'm having a lot of fun chatting with you guys. I missed everybody. It was hard not to stream and make content. Honestly, it's weird. I'm so used to doing it on a weekly basis, just putting stuff up and doing all that. It's I felt lonely, guys. No, anyway, so appreciate everyone who's here. If you haven't dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I've got my Discord link pinned in the chat if you would like to jump in there as well. Let me open up Task Manager so that I can actually click buttons on my computer. What am I doing? All right, yeah, there we go. Okay, I'll be right back. Hello, hello. I am back. All right. Freddy's meowing at me. He wants the pet. Bloom says, I wonder if they will change cards post-release for balancing. Oh, they sure will. They already, welcome back. Thank you. They said already that they are actually going to be doing that. They will be balancing the TCG. And I think they said that because they realized that there's a lot of cards. Like, card games are hard to balance. They really are. There's a lot of cards. And the variety of what you can put together is immense. So trying to balance for that is really tough, but I'm sure that they will do the best that they can with it and stuff like that. Who's looking forward to Ayato rerun? I already have Ayato, so I think I'm probably good on that. But I do think he's a good unit. I like that his infusion state is actually not super long. He's one of the few, if not only, Hydra units with on-field Hydra application that doesn't surround the player character. Yeah, no, he's a good unit to have for sure. The fact that his infusion window is so short allows you to use him in a team, even if he's not the hyper carry. You know, he's really good for quick swap teams, which is nice. Looking forward to his C4. I don't remember what his C4 is. I think I have C2 Ayato. I think that's what I'm at. Oh. If I were able to whale, I would go for Raiden C2, but I can't, which is totally okay. Yeah. Normal attack speed in his burst for the whole team. I don't know if that counts for everybody or not, but if it's a party buff, then that's pretty cool. Although attack speed is kind of weird. Attack speed doesn't how do I say it? It has breakpoints. Like the effect of attack speed isn't linear. Says all nearby party. Probably everybody. How much of a speed bonus is it? But anyway, like if you test out attack speed, 10% attack speed doesn't mean 10% more attacks. It doesn't directly correlate. You have to hit like certain breakpoints to be able to unleash more attacks. I think it's 15% for 15 seconds. That's okay. That's not bad. I mean, it's not really worth going for the C4 for, but if you like Hayato, you know what I mean? It's good. It'll be quite the challenge not to wish for a while. Really? I'm having the opposite, honestly. Like, Al-Haytham's coming. I feel like I'm going to skip him, no problem. Yao Yao's coming. I think I'm going to be able to skip her, no problem. So this whole next patch for me is going to be a skip. It's going to be saving. I'm pretty much just saving for Dia. Hey, Fred. I wish Fred would jump up here. He doesn't like this kneeling chair. Well, he doesn't like to jump up on it. There's not a lot of room for him. Anyway. Basically just saving for Dia. Al-Haytham is the Sumeru character for you. Oh, nice. I hope you have the best of luck with that. How do you get more character cards? So you get these invitations either from the card shop or I think you get some from leveling up, and you use them to invite a character to duel you, and then you beat them to get their card. So like you would invite Jean, you duel Jean, you beat her, you get her card. And I noticed, has anyone done anything with these talent cards? So every character, depending on how well you perform against them, has talent cards. I guess it's supposed to sort of be like Constellation. But it's a card specific for a character that buffs that character's skill or whatever. Has anyone messed around with those or seen if they're like worth it? Come here, friend. Don't go under there. He was napping on the couch. There's a couch behind this cube organizer, and he was napping on it. He was being so cozy, and now he wants all the pets. Saving for Nahida rerun Fontaine units. That's smart. She's going to be coming back in probably like 2 patches. Not this next patch and not the patch after, but probably the patch after that will be Nahida's rerun. Oh man, Fontaine units. We still got a ways away for those, you know, but it is not a bad idea to start saving. That's for sure. Saving for Nilou Nahida reruns. Nice. I might get Nilou. Like, I feel like you can almost never have too many Hydro units. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know about you guys, but I constantly feel like I want more options for Hydro. Freddy jumped up. Oh, babe. Look at the babe. Oh, you guys can't. Honestly, saving for Kazu and Fontaine. You want all the Fontaine units? I bet they're gonna be pretty cool. We finally a converting flow to Nilou Nation. It seems like her Hydro application with her skill is really good, and as we get more Dendro units, I think Nilou will get better and better and better, because like her team compositions are a little bit limited, even though she does work well without Bloom. Like, you can do vape with her and all sorts of stuff, which is actually kind of what made me want her, is that she's flexible. And like, I'm kind of obsessed with taking Hydro units and making them into vape units. I don't know why, it's like satisfying. Her burst is like a really good nuke. I don't know, she's a good unit. Like, I do think I would want to pick her up at some point. I demolished all my primos for Ito's weapon and the Wanderer and Farzan. I thought about doing some temples on the weapon banner to see if I could get that dang catalyst. Because, like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't even really want Skara's catalyst has the potential to be pretty good for future DPS catalysts, because pretty much catalysts we can assume are going to be heavily based on their normal attacks. That's going to be always a big part of their damage because it'll always be infused. And the fact that his catalyst has crit damage and also boosts normal attack damage, it's very versatile. It is really versatile. So it's a good catalyst, which is good to see, because we don't have a lot of good catalysts. We have a lot of catalysts that are kind of like, they're the best option because we don't have good options, if that makes sense. Saving for Dia, buff waifu suppression. Oh, also, I wanted to talk with you guys. I said before that I thought Dia was going to be the burgeoning unit because Nilou was the blooming unit, and, you know, she was the only unit that we saw that would... Anyway. I no longer think that, because Yao Yao's banner, the title of Yao Yao's banner, or it's her constellation or something, is called Burgeoning Spirit. So Yao Yao's going to be the Burgeon unit. I don't know how that's going to even work. I don't understand. Like, enemies affected by effects by Yao Yao will produce cores that if you burgeon will do big damage. I don't know. But either way, if Yao Yao is going to be the burgeon unit, then that means that Dia doesn't have to be the burgeoning unit. She can just be a strong pyro unit. Praying for cryo catalyst. I'm thinking about I'll hate them just because Nilou bloom. Every Dendro unit now will be judged from Nilou compatible scale for me. That makes sense. That makes sense. And I mean, hey, we'll see how his Dendro application is, but like, there's a lot of situations where Nahida is really strong, but is kind of annoying to use, because I don't know if you guys have tried Nahida out in certain situations in wave-based content. If you destroy the first wave, Nahida has to take the field to reapply her mark. So like, if you're in the middle of your Sino rotation and you kill all the enemies, you have to end his burst early to go mark all the enemies, or you have to go fight without Dendro. It's like, it's pretty awkward. So like, I'm not gonna lie, if I had another option for my Sino team, I don't know if I would replace Nahida or not. it's a tough choice to make. That's been the only thing that's really bothered me about Nahida, is that her Dendro application is amazing, but again, she has to be on field to apply it, and if you kill all the enemies like in a wave, she has to take the field again. It's just fine for quick swap, but if you're playing a hyper carry, it can be frustrating. But the buffs she provides are just so good. They're just so good, it's hard to not want them, you know what I mean? Like, even if someone else applies more Dendro better later on, they're never going to provide the utility in buffing that Nahida provides. She provides me 250 elemental mastery and allows my hyper blooms to crit. That's untouchable. But what's not untouchable is Dendro application, which is interesting, which is good. That'll give us a lot more options for team building, while still giving us a meta option for damage. That's her title, like Cookies was Mender of Tribulations. Okay, yeah, that's her title. So it'll be her kit. It's like burgeoning. They come out with a unit that is wonderfully similar to Tino's name. Quick question: how much EM is enough for Maple Boy? I would aim for at least 800. Like, you get see, look, if you get Iron Sting, and then you get triple EM artifacts, and he has an EM Ascension, that's like, I think that's like 600, like it's like almost 700 EM, like right there. Like it's a lot. And then, you know, really from there, it's just a matter of trying to build in some EM into your substats. And if you want to be a mad lad, you can try to farm for crit as well, which is rough. What are my thoughts on the new weapon for Kazuha? Oh, you mean the event weapon? Is 1000 the golden ratio? Well, 1000 is the max. So like 1000 is the maximum EM that you can put on your Kazuha, because he no longer gives a buff exceeding 1000. And it's also a point of no return. It's like you get so little return from investing beyond 1000 EM that you just never want to do that. So you can aim for 1000, but like there are some people who think they need their Kazuha to have 1000 EM to play him, but he can function great with like 800 EM. Like he's going to give a little bit less of a buff, but I mean, he's still going to give a pretty big buff. I'm always getting crit rate on my VV artifact. No need to craft Iron Sting now. The scary umbrella is good. I haven't looked at the passive for that umbrella, and I actually can't go in game right now. Let me see if I can pull up Discord without destroying my stream, because I can go to the Genshin Twitter and probably find it. Hold on, I'm looking for it. So yeah, I hope everyone's having a great day or night or whatever, by the way. I'm gonna be troubleshooting my computer tonight after stream. As long as I can get my computer functioning well again, I should be hitting the ground, making content again. Like, doing the thing, you know what I mean? I'm looking for it. I can't find... Ah, there it is. There it is. All right, so after an attack hits an opponent, it will inflict an instance of Cursed Parasol for 10 seconds. Once every 15 seconds. Okay. I mean, the passive doesn't really matter because you really just need it as an EM stat stick. It is a good stat stick for like Kazuha or like Kuki or potentially Nilou. I don't know too much about building Nilou, but that could be a decent Nilou sword. It'll inflict an instance of Cursed Parasol. So the issue that I'm seeing with it is basically you can only have one effect of the passive up at a time. And when that passive, like when you kill that enemy, you can immediately apply the mark to someone else, but you have to hit someone else. So if he's off field and you kill the enemy that's marked, yeah, I mean, he'll do a little more damage to the enemy affected by the mark. So the passive's all right. It's better against bosses. Like against bosses, it's a really great sword. It's probably better than Iron Sting. How much EM does Iron Sting give? Someone type in chat how much EM Iron Sting gives. Because this one gives 165. I don't remember off the top of my head how much Iron Sting gives. It gives the same as Iron Sting. Oh, okay. That's cool though. All right, so yeah, they're about comparable. You know, you don't have to craft Iron Sting if you get that weapon for sure. I would say it's, I mean, that's kind of nice. Like if you get sick of Iron Sting, you can you can just swap it in, I guess. True, but Kazuha doesn't really strive. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't think I think Iron Sting's passive is probably better than the Parasol, but that's okay. That's okay. It's got the EM, and that's honestly pretty much all that matters. But I imagine it's going to be a pretty good sword for a lot of Sumeru characters, to be honest with you. It would be really good for an on-field unit. Like if you have an on-field single target DPS that needs elemental mastery, then that would be great because you would do a lot more damage to the enemy that you're attacking. You would kill them faster, and then you'd be able to apply the mark to the next enemy you go to attack. Rinse, repeat, you know? Do you guys think that Fontaine characters are going to be more heavily like I kind of think that we're going to get a lot of gadgets in Fontaine. I kind of feel like once we get to Fontaine, they're going to dump a ton of gadgets on us, and they're also going to have a bunch of characters that like use a vision but also use gadgets or something. It matches his drip slightly better. Except the moving eyes. Do the eyes move on it? That's interesting. Kind of spoopy. Spoopy. They're gonna turn us into Inspector Gadget. Yeah. We'll need that. The go-go gadget mechanic will become useful. For sure. For sure. I'm kind of sad that I can't play Genshin right now with you guys. I'm sorry about that. I have no idea what's wrong. I think maybe when I moved my tower, some of the cords got loose. That was one thing that was suggested to me, is that maybe some cords got jostled when I moved my PC. So I can, basically I'm going to go in and just check everything, make sure that's all good. I don't know. I've tried pretty much everything else. I've run scans. I've run sweeps. Maybe they'll finally add a gadget swapper. Please. Like if the reputation gadget from Fontaine is not a gadget to swap between gadgets, I will be so disappointed. New setup means tuning everything back in order. Yeah, but I mean, really, it should work just fine. It should work just fine. I don't know. I've been having some weird issues. If anyone knows what's wrong with my computer, if you are like better at computer know-how than I am, please DM me on like Discord or something and let me know what is going on because I don't understand. Basically, instead of my computer won't let me alt tab. It'll like lock up on whatever screen I'm using. And then if I want to alt tab, I have to turn on my task manager. And then I've also noticed that I've been getting some lag in game that wasn't there prior. Like now when I play Elden Ring, the game is like significantly laggier than it was. And also, I just tried to stream Genshin. Oh my gosh. Ugh, I just tried to stream Genshin and it lagged a bunch. More Yedgets would be cool. Honestly, I hope Fontaine is pretty looking since it's based off of France and that's a very beautiful place in general. Oh, I'm sure it'll be gorgeous. I'm sure it'll be a very pretty place. I'm not worried about that. You know what I mean? I bet they'll nail it. I'm wondering if Fontaine would have a double character tag team mechanic. Oh, that one character that's teased in the Travail trailer. Yeah, I think that's going to be a thing. Did I switch my graphics settings? Put the HDMI in the graphic card port and not the C. I use my monitors are what's that freaking thing called? Not HDMI. The other one. I don't know. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, DisplayPort. But I'll make sure everything's good. What about the pollution they keep talking about? Well, even if it's like look, Natlin is gonna be war torn. Like, I'm sure that when we go to Natlin, there's gonna be like some war that's going on, and it's gonna be just torn up. But I bet it'll still look good. I bet it'll still look good, even if there's a lot of pollution. Also, that's probably what we're gonna be cleaning up. Like, I would imagine Fontaine might be like Super Mario Sunshine. You know, we're gonna be cleaning up some stuff. I gotta clear my throat. I'm so sorry. I got like some major phlegm going on. Yeah, I'm expecting corrupt legal systems in Fontaine. Like, I'm expecting some interesting, like, Ace Attorney style gameplay. I bet Traveler will have to lawyer up. You know, that'll be fun. I love Ace Attorney. I love those games, like the Phoenix Wright games. They're so good. So good. We hire Yanfei and Kuki. Yeah, well, you know, she did say, if you get into legal trouble, let me know. And I think there's a reason why she said that. Isn't that right, Freddie? I need a cough drop. My sinuses have been destroyed because I just moved and like there's so much dust everywhere, and it's also been getting colder and there's dust everywhere. I'm like really allergic to dust. It destroys me. So I've just been, you know, dealing with that. I'm expecting Assassin's Creed Syndicate style stuff. I never played that one. I remember I did the first game in parts and I could not figure out the last piece of evidence because I forgot a very specific scene. So I went through all the evidence before I figured it out. Yeah, that can happen for sure. I got stuck a couple times too in Phoenix Wright. But I almost feel like that's to the credit of the game, is that it's like actually challenging. Like, it's not just attorney, like, I don't know. You're not just watching the story. You actually do have to play a pretty big role in like piecing everything together. I remember, oh wait, I just read that. Can't wait to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Right. Freddy's such a good boy. You want to jump up? No? Fine. It had London during the height of the Industrial Revolution with all its crime and pollution. So if Fontaine is industrial and polluted, it might be similar. Yeah, that would be, oh, look, we got a Freddy. I think that would be interesting if Fontaine has sort of like that industrial, that gritty industrial revolution kind of thing. You know, like I think Fable did that, didn't they? Which Fable game was that? Was that the second one? Where they had sort of like that gritty industrial sort of vibe going on. Child labor, you know, all that fun stuff. He's a good boy. You're a good boy, Freddy. He's a nom-nomin. We need to be a famous movie star in Fontaine. Yeah, I think movies will definitely become a thing there for sure. You think Yai Miko's gonna get in on the movie business? You think she'll do that? Because light novels are gonna be in trouble if they start getting movies. You know what I mean? We're already famous in Fontaine, so Celebrity Simulator. Oh god. There's so much fur. So much Freddy fur. He jumped up on my lap and left me so many treats in the term. In the way of words, English. I can't speak it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm expecting a subplot like Legend of Korra with Bolian. That was a good subplot. That was funny. I appreciated that in Korra. I'm gonna use a little bit of gaff tape and try to. I don't have a lint roller near me. On a serious note, we haven't gotten an Archon who is actually with Celestia. Be interesting if the Hydro Archon leans to that side. The game hints. Oh. I do think that would be interesting, actually. Like, I believe that the Fatui are kind of morally on the right side, and Celestia is basically like Celestia, they're basically the warden of the earthly prison, right? And the Fatui are trying to do a jailbreak, which is a bit messy. And they have to make some tough choices and maybe some morally questionable choices. But I think that that's going to be the end game of Genshin, is us teaming up with the Fatui to try to conquer Celestia for the good of everyone in Teyvat. And so I do think that, like, it would be interesting if we get to Fontaine and instead of teaming up with the Archon, we actually, like, legit have to not, we like aren't on good terms with the Archon, you know what I mean? This tape is working very slowly, but it's working. I think I got most of the hair. I have mixed feelings about how we only ever get a character once they become neutral or on the side of a traveler. I think that'll change, though. You know what I mean? Like, I think it started out that way, but I think that as time goes on, it'll probably shift away from that. Like, I would imagine that eventually we'll get some units that are literally just against us. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's interesting because they really haven't expounded on, like, our party is not canon. You know what I mean? And so it's one of those mechanics that they don't try to like, they explain resin and all that stuff with lore, but they don't explain character teams and swapping and all that stuff because that's not canon. And so I don't know if they'll ever address that or not. So far, it's just basically as if Traveler's doing everything themselves. It makes me think that we will never get some of the Fatui as playable because they aren't always all going to become allies with the Traveler. See, that's where I think that like they probably will become playable, or some of them may remain bosses. But like, I don't think Arlecchino will ever. I don't know if Arlecchino will ever be like super friendly with us. I think that what I'm saying is that, like it or not, we're gonna have to team up with the Fatui. And once we team up with the Harbingers, I think we will get a bunch of characters like Arlecchino, where she probably won't like us, but now we're affiliated with her, and so we'll be able to like pull her. You know what I mean? And that'll give more. Like, I thought this was super funny. I don't know if anyone has noticed this. When you have Wanderer, and one of his sprint voice lines when you start sprinting is "Stop following me." He's like, "Stop following." And I think that's hilarious because it's like he knows that we're like, it breaks the fourth wall, which is hilarious. But also it's kind of like, oops, sorry. It's kind of showcasing that, like, no, he really doesn't want to spend time with other people. He does not want to spend time with the Traveler. He doesn't care. He just wants to go do his thing. What's up, Mr. Flowcat? Hey there, Kamikaze. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. How you doing? How you hanging? How's life going? I've got a new setup, obviously. I moved. So we've just been hanging out. I have some computer problems, so Genshin is not running on stream. It's lagging. But yeah. Arlecchino can slap me and insult me, and I would still hug her and thank her for acknowledging me. What happened to my PC? I keep getting, like, it's kind of laggy, but also I keep getting stuck on, like, I can't alt tab out of any of my windows. I have to open up Task Manager to like select a different window. It's really frustrating. It's just being really weird. So I'm gonna mess around with things after stream and see if I can get it to work. I might need a new CPU. I'll be honest. The one part that I skimped on in my computer is my CPU. Any error codes? No. No, see, that's the thing, is like, I'm not really getting any problems other than it locking up and lagging a bit. I don't know. Some of the cords might be loose. Off topic, but I hope we get a character who's a goody two shoes personality, like Superman type person. Oh, I bet Varka is gonna be like that. Like, you mean like Escanor, or you mean like All Might kind of character who's just like the super good strong good person? That'd be fun. Like the really strong, muscly person who just yells a lot about how strong they are. Gina's kind of like that. She is kind of like that. She is a goody two shoes. If Diluc is Batman, then we do need a Superman too. Maybe your PC is throttling. Change your CPU thermal paste. Maybe it helps. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking maybe my thermal paste is a little too old. I'm gonna do that. I'll check the cords. If the cords aren't loose, then I'll check the thermal paste. It has been a couple years. It's probably about time. Cino is like that, boasting about his power. Yeah, but he's too he's edgy. Yes, that's the word. Run a benchmark and watch for the CPU temp. Fair. True. I could open up right now and see what my temperatures are like. Oh, I gotta open up Task Manager to open up a program. Oh, that's me. I'm sorry. My computer ding-a-linged. Yeah. It is actually running hot. One of my cores is running. Oh, no, there we go. Yeah, it's running warmer than it should. Anyway, point is though, I got a pretty not so great CPU. And that's something I should probably replace. Yeah, well, normally when I idle, it's 40 or below Celsius. Right now it's about 50. And I mean, I know I'm streaming, but you know what I mean? It's really not. Streaming itself isn't a heck of a lot of processing power. Unless you're playing a game with it. Try to lower the core voltage, like underclocking. Maybe, but my CPU is already kind of the bottleneck of my PC, so I worry about doing that. Oh, it looks like I peaked at some point during the stream. That's weird. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna play with it and mess around with it. Hopefully, I have an i9 8-core processor. It's i9 9000 series. Because I think they had just come out with the 10,000 series. And I went with the i9 9000. So it's not like it's like a generation behind, basically. So really, it shouldn't be too bad. It's probably the thermal paste, or the cords are loose from moving it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it should be pretty fast. I'll definitely mess around with it. If I'm unable, like, so I plan on having some content out on Monday. Like Monday, I would like to stream and maybe get a Cyberpunk video out, a Let's Play video. But using a 9900 KS. Mine's just a 9900K. But yeah, it should be running fine. All right. Or maybe one of the fan leads got disconnected and the fans aren't working. No, I checked all my fans. I cleaned all my fans. I dusted. I did everything. The same but bin from factory. Oh. All right. Well, this ended up being just a just chatting stream, but I appreciate everybody who is here because it's nice. I missed making content. I'm a little butthurt that my computer's being poopy, but you know, that's just the cards you're dealt. You just got to deal with the cards you're dealt, and you know, the way the cookie crumble. I'm sure I will get it worked out in due time. If by Monday I do not have my computer in good working order, then I will make like a community post, and I will also make an announcement on Discord that I'm having issues still. Because I mean, like, I really, like, I can do just chatting streams right now, but I can't play anything on stream until I fix this. So that is definitely a big problem. Kind of makes it hard to do my job, right? I no longer play Genshin, but always support you, and I like your talking. Oh, thanks so much. You know, I super appreciate that, and like I wanted to say for everyone that watches my content, like I'm gonna play Genshin until the game is gone, until the game is shut down. But I understand that not everyone wants to stick around that long, and people could play for a year, enjoy Genshin, enjoy their time with it, and then move on. I think that's totally valid. I think that's totally fair, you know, and that's not a problem. And I really appreciate it. If you don't play Genshin and you still watch my content, like that means a lot to me. I really appreciate that. And that's why I wanted to start doing Let's Play series. Because if I do a Let's Play series, you can all watch me play a variety of games and just enjoy the content, you know, just enjoy the vibey, comfy content while I play whatever game I'm playing. And I think that's great. I think that'll help, you know, branch us out a little bit here. And you guys don't have to associate me with just Genshin. You know what I mean? Like, I know I primarily do Genshin, but I do appreciate that you are all here. To be on Genshin, I consider you a real friend. Oh, thank you. You as well. I always love having you in my streams. You have a lot of positive energy. You're a cool guy. You have a lot of interesting points you bring up. You stuck with me till the end of Genshin and beyond. Oh. Yeah. But yeah. That's basically the whole gist of all of it. I don't know what I'm gonna do after Cyberpunk. I know Stev wants me to do Hollow Knight. I haven't played Hollow Knight before. That one might be pretty fun. Maybe we'll just do Hollow Knight next. You know, why not? But yeah, Cyberpunk is gonna probably take a while. Seems like a pretty long game. I'm not sure how much of the side content I will play. Do I know Hades? Yeah, I love Hades, actually. That's a very good game. And I saw the announcement for Hades 2, and it looks really nice. You want a Bloodborne playthrough? I don't have a PlayStation. But yeah, Hades and Hades 2. I've already played through Hades. But I wouldn't mind playing through it again. Shoot, it's a really good game. The second one does look really cool, though. Get ready, next year we're gonna play together Blue Protocol and Diablo 4. Is Blue Protocol actually... I don't know about Diablo 4. I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. But Blue Protocol sounds interesting. Is that actually scheduled to come out 2023? I haven't been following too closely on that stuff, because Blue Protocol feels like it's like eons away, and so I really haven't been keeping up on it, because I hate getting like excited for something that's like over a year away, because it just feels like an eternity, you know. It's like I'll never get there. Dang it, sorry. Diablo 4 is going to be a heck of a game. I saw the initial reviews of people that were testing, like people got early access Diablo 4 and they were going through it and stuff. It seemed solid. Like, it seemed like a really good, solid game. I'm just curious about, like, there's a little bit of speculation about the status of the development team for Diablo, because I guess a lot of people have left the development team and there's a lot of crunch, and I'm maybe a little worried that Diablo is going to peter out partway into the game, you know, maybe start out big and end poorly or something. I don't know, we'll see. Blue Protocol is releasing next year. First in Japan, a little bit later global. Oh, okay. Well, there we have it. Once it gets closer to the actual release, I will probably start following it a little more closely. I'm also interested in Wuthering Waves, and also I play Project Zomboid. I don't know if anyone here plays Project Zomboid. It's a really fun solo and co-op game. It's a zombie survival game. They are releasing, they're gonna add animals like sheep and cows, and you know, and like it's like the first time they're adding NPCs into the game after they took them away because they were a buggy mess. And I'm excited for it because it should breathe a lot of life literally into the game. Like, I want to raise a cat in the zombie apocalypse, you know what I mean? Same, and all my friends got PS5s except me. Might rob one of them if they don't need it. Yeah, wait for them to get bored with it and then buy it off of them for like $200 less than they, like, get it for like half price because they, you know, it's aftermarket. Because the game is in a very advanced phase. Go check people who already had access and they say the game is too much fun. I watched a couple videos of people that got access to it, but see, the thing I'm worried about is the part that they had access to is the part that they were shown. Like, I don't know if that is going to carry over to the rest of the game. The gameplay loop sounds interesting. I did think big open world, lots of dungeons. That does sound really interesting and really fun on the surface, but I'm just worried that they showed the best part of the game to those people, and that the best part of the game is going to be like the first hour of it, and then afterwards it's going to turn into tedium galore. You know what I mean? I'm worried that some of it might end up, you know, cinematics are a whole new level. All right. I mean, I'm open to it. Hey, I'm open to it. If it's a good game, it's a good game. If it's a good game, it's a good game. You know, I am not a big fan of Blizzard, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that they cannot develop a good game, because they could develop a good game. Will they? I don't know. But we shall see. Action RPGs are fun though. Like, it's nice to have stuff like, I like Hades, I like Dead Cells, because, you know, you get that fast-paced action, quick pew pew slash fun kind of feeling. Yeah, I have that kind of worry when most of the trailers are pre-made and barely showing game look. Hopefully Blizzard does a good job with Diablo 4. Yeah, they got a lot of fans they need to do right by. I think Diablo Immortal was a big scar on their track record, and Microsoft owns Blizzard now. I expect better practices. That is true, but I don't know. You see, here's the thing. Video game development teams often come together over a common passion and desire to develop a certain type of game. So you get these developers, sorry, I'm gonna make some noise real quick. You get these developers together and they have a common goal, a common passion. They want to make a certain kind of game. And yeah, when you get into these larger corporate entities, sometimes they task people with developing a game and they just don't care about it. Yeah, and also the deal got sued by the FTC over monopoly concern. So that is really important. The merger is not likely to go through yet. It might not go through at all. So technically it's still not Microsoft. But also, like I said, there's the issue where the acquisition of Blizzard might not be good for Diablo. It might actually be worse for it because they might hand it over to a team that doesn't like Diablo. Like, I don't know if you guys heard, but the team writing the Netflix Witcher series doesn't like the Witcher series. Like, they don't like the games. They don't like the story. and they're writing the story. That seems like a big red flag to me. You know what I mean? So sometimes corporations do be like that. Why are they writing the story? Because it's their job. They got tasked with doing it. They probably think that they can do a better job than the original story writers. But the issue with that is that it's not about that. Like, the Witcher series should be an homage to, because it's an existing story. You don't need to change anything because the story is already written. There's a whole book series about it, video games and stuff. So really all they needed to do was essentially fan service. Just do it justice. Just make the show something that the fans will appreciate and love. But instead they were like, no, we can do it better. And now they're gonna turn it into something that no one's gonna really like. So good for them. They might also think it cheaper than finding good writers to hire for it. True. I don't know the situation at Netflix. Like, I don't know how they hire their writers. I don't know how they decide who writes what. Poor Henry Cavill. Yeah, exactly. At this point, I trust Blizzard more than CD Projekt. At this point, I trust Blizzard more than CD Projekt. I don't know if I can trust either of them more than either. I don't know. I don't know. I have not so good feelings about both those companies. But mostly the executives, not the developers. Let me be very clear. I think the developers for both of those companies are extremely passionate, hardworking individuals who care deeply about what they're doing, but a lot of the executive administrative nonsense is what forces them into horrible situations and bad decision making. I trust CD Projekt a lot more than Game Freak. Did you guys see that trailer? Someone posted a trailer for what is it called? Like Pocket Pals or something. It's like a new Pokemon spinoff. But you've got like freaking like assault rifles and stuff. Like, they nailed the aesthetic of Pokemon. But then you just see someone with like literally shooting a machine gun. And it's like, wait, what? And he isn't doing Man of Steel 2 because of the same reason that he isn't doing The Witcher. Wow. Sheesh. Well, I mean, good for him for taking a stand for what he believes in, though. Like, instead of just doing the job, you know, I can understand if he doesn't want to be a part of. Yeah. Hey, Stradivarius. Game Freak needs outside help. Yeah. DC removed him. CD Projekt Red just gave The Witcher 3 a free upgrade. I'm actually a bit hyped to try it out. Yeah. Some of you mentioned to me that The Witcher 3 has been revamped, and I haven't played it, and I should. So, let me just check here on Steam. I might get a little stream laggy. But I'm pretty sure I have all 3 Witcher games. Where is it? Yes, I have the original Witcher Enhanced Edition, Witcher 2, Assassins of King Enhanced Edition, and was Witcher 3. So what I was thinking about doing is a Let's Play series going through the entire Witcher series, because when I was younger, I played the first Witcher, but I got stuck in the swamp, and I don't know, there was like something I couldn't figure out because I was young and stupid, and I just never beat it. So I would love to go through The Witcher 1, 2, and 3. I'm one of those people where I know I could just start on the 3rd one, but I'd rather play through the story of all of them. Isn't that right, Fred? That was a good boy. I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm not gonna lie. I might have to hop out of here soon and go make myself some dinner and also start working on the problems I'm having with my computer because it's crippling. I need to go back to Witcher 1 again. I'm halfway through the game so far, and you've held off since last year. Yeah, you do. Witcher 3 actually does a great job at recapping the first 2 stories, though. I know it does. I like to play them. You know, like you can play Mass Effect 3 and just Mass Effect 3, but I really, I don't know. I think it's important to play all 3 of them, 1, 2, and 3. Almost 5 a.m. Good night, meow. Sleep well. Thanks for sticking around. Have a good one. Get some sleeps. Freddy says good night. Don't you, Freddy? Don't you wish you were this cozy? Cats, man. He's living the life. Whenever you get to play The Witcher 3, you'll understand my love for Gwent. Oh, yeah. I'm sure I would. Okay. I'm gonna eat my entire arm. I'm not gonna have an arm left. Anyway, I'm pretty much gonna wrap up stream. If anyone else has anything else they want to bring up to me before I get going, like I said, Monday I should be back. If I'm not back Monday, it's because my computer exploded and turned into a blazing inferno of death. But if that happens, I will make sure to let you guys know. Yeah, it was really nice seeing everyone. You like how Freddy closes his eyes? Yeah, he gets so into it. You see that? It's like, I'm excited to see you soon for TCG. Yeah, I wanted to play TCG on stream today, and I wanted to do the Misty Dungeon too. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it, but that's okay. We'll have more chances in the future, and I'll probably have to do Misty Dungeon off stream because gosh, he's so into it. Look at him go. Look at him go. He makes these cute little noises that you guys can't hear. Freddy giving his love so seriously. Oh yeah. He's very affectionate. He loves the love on me. Good boy. All right, well, I will be hanging out in my Discord as usual, and I'm also gonna be working on my computer. Yeah, I will see you all very soon. Imagine him on that good nip stuff. I know he gets really playful when he's on the cat nip. He gets so playful. But yeah, thanks everyone. Good seeing you. All that great stuff. Thanks for being here. You're all awesome. And until next time, stay healthy, stay hydrated. Peace out.